Alrighty, D Sweet People News. Not attorney, not giving legal advice. Educational purposes only. Anything I say or do is just my opinion only. Why? Because I'm not an attorney. I don't want to dumb myself down. I want to raise myself up. Why? Because I never just look straight forward. I always look around me, be able to protect myself and me. And I want to use that Second Amendment, arm myself with knowledge. And I cannot do that with the ball and chain around my ankles keeping me down. So, we had to go back to Fletcher. Okay. I was actually asleep, left the TV on, and this kind of popped up on the screen, and it got my attention in the sleep. Believe it or not, accidents happen. All right. So, this came from the Courtroom USA, and you gotta check this out. After the commercial, because YouTube's got his dues paid.
Ward 1 will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 5th, 2025, the officer responded to a suspicious person with a weapon on 5900 Gulf Freeway. The officer made contact with the defendant, who was 17 years old. The defendant advised he was inside Jack in the Box while brothers were selling waters outside. The defendant saw a male rushing at his brothers with a knife, pulled out his gun, and pointed it at the male while telling his brothers to run. The officer performed a search on the defendant, locating a 9mm Glock 19, and the defendant advised he bought the gun from a friend for $150.
So I know some of you guys are thinking, right, 17 years old, weapon, and all that kind of stuff. Which, I don't believe in this thing because, well, the Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. Statutes and codes, rules, and regulations infringing the Second Amendment, and Congress is violating the Second Amendment by creating some type of machine gun thing, which is unconstitutional again. Why do we have a Second Amendment? It's not really it's actually to protect ourselves from government. Right? If government fears the people, then we have freedom. But if we fear the government, then really we're just slaves. And we're led down to the slaughterhouse.
Yes, Judge. In this case, the officer was going off the fact that he performed the search because he indicated there was a firearm. So
He's going to the defense of others.
yes, Judge.
It's another person.
And it's just the way this is pled is because he's underage. He's below the age of 21. That's the way it's pled, Your Honor.
All right, so even at that point, right, I'm with him where he's kind of like, what the heck, right? Because you have a form of a hero in progress. And now, sitting in jail, obviously, he's not sitting in jail right now, but I do am led to believe the way Texas has been violating Criminal Code 14, 15, 16, and 543 of the Transportation Code, that he went to jail first. And he's out on bond. And obviously, you guys should know this by now. 14 and 15 is without a warrant and must be taken directly to the nearest magistrate for the probable cause hearing. Make sure it's valid. Okay? Not months later, not weeks later, immediately.
You hear this?
Hold on, I'm gonna go yell at somebody. Hold on. Hi, Judge. Is this young man charged with unlawful carrying of possession for being under 21?
Correct.
Hold on, I got a kid.
I had to say, if you got to have an attorney that's excited to help you, okay?
Yes, but I'm more concerned about the defense of others. Did you hear it?
No, hold on.
Hold on a second.
Here's GPS.
Let me give you a lawyer, Mr.
Yeah. Oh, I volunteer or something. Yeah.
Give me a record, can you fill that out, please?
I will do that. But here's a GPS memo saying that it's unconstitutional.
Representative gentleman.
Oh, hell yes. Here's the Fifth Circuit saying it's unconstitutional. Here is the United States District Court, Northern District, saying it's unconstitutional. Here's a motion to quash information. I'll just cross out the name.
Great job.
Yeah, I had to get in this fight yesterday, and I'm teed up.
Here you go, Mr. Tito.
Thank you.
Judge, I was gonna. Yeah, I was. Look, you got to be very careful. You know, God forbid something happens where you really dig yourself a hole. I'm gonna find no probable cause, but really, you have to be very careful. You know, sometimes you make a decision in life and it can really have consequences. All right, you know what that means, right? Are you in school? It all starts with school, man. You got to get back into school. This is not a good way to go through life. The more schooling you have, the more money you're going to make. Knowledge is power, my friend. Do it.
Yep, people. Knowledge is power. Use that Second Amendment. Arm yourself with knowledge. That way you can go in these courtrooms and walk all over the prosecutor DAs. And sometimes the judges. But definitely more of all, the cops.
Make something. Make me proud. Please. It's going to get dismissed. Be careful, friend.
Yeah. Literally have all that on because I have a case went out of court.
I was going to find no PC anyways. So.
Oh, you want to be good at that?
And as you guys well know, I don't really trust judges or lawyers or cops or anything. But I still really like this one overall. Because once they are in his courtroom, then he does investigation work and calls out the nonsense. I just don't like how it takes so long to get to him. And I don't like the simple fact that there's 99% of other judges that don't do what he's doing. Especially here in Texas. All right, this will be the People News.